one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it. That's kind of over the hill. He's gonna continue to shine. So I'm proud.
Floyd Mayweather has opened up about his alleged training sessions and sparring matches with Jake Paul. Reportedly, Jake is training with Floyd in preparation of his fight with Mike Tyson. The unlikely partnership between the undefeated boxing legend and the controversial social media star has garnered significant attention, and Mayweather's insight into their collaboration offer a glimpse into what fans can expect from the upcoming bout against Mike Tyson.
It was like, oh, I didn't get paid. It was just like I said before. He's want to keep his name out there. As long as he attaches his name to mine, he's gonna keep my name out there. Remember what he said? He said, "Oh, Mayweather ain't gonna. He didn't pay me. Didn't pay me. Where's the lawsuit? If you didn't get paid, where's the lawsuit?" So it's a bunch of bullshit. But like I said before, they know what they're doing. Both brothers, Logan as well as Jake, they know what they're doing. So they're doing what they got to do. I can't knock them.
Sparring with Mayweather has equipped Paul with vital experience. One of the key focuses of their training has been to improve Paul's defensive abilities. Mayweather and Paul have also been working on strategic planning for the fight against Mike Tyson, and Mayweather acknowledged that their relationship may appear unorthodox to some. Floyd Mayweather's first words after training and sparring with Jake Paul paints the picture of a committed, industrious fighter wanting to progress and achieve. Mayweather's mentorship has already had a big impact on Paul, boosting his technical skills, mental toughness, and overall strategy. Yet, controversy surrounds the Paul-Tyson battle, as 58-year-old Tyson goes back into the ring after a 19-year hiatus recently emerged. Statements from a boxing hero who shared Tyson's era, emphasizing that although the battle is sure to attract many spectators on Netflix, some would respond with distaste. Bernard Hopkins, for example, has clearly stated that he will not be watching. Hopkins, who ruled as an undisputed middleweight champion during his nearly 30-year boxing career, frankly indicated to Fight Hub TV that Tyson is harming both his name and his legacy by agreeing to a fight with Paul. Paul, famed for his superb promotional talents, has demonstrated he is prepared to take significant risks for a huge reward. Hopkins said of the fight, "I don't like it. I look at Mike differently in the way of my era, like people looked at Ollie Hopkins, a 59-year-old who retired in 2016, did not stop at just criticizing the event he asserted he would find an alternative activity instead of watching the fight, dismissing it as a sideshow. He said, I could watch two turtles race and be more excited. I just think it degrades Tyson despite his health issues." Tyson is eager to face Paul, the 27-year-old ex-YouTube star fast gaining prominence in the boxing world. But famous boxer Lennox Lewis has voiced excitement about the meeting. Hopkins may be fairly called one of its critics against the odds. Jake Paul scored his 10th win in his relatively young boxing career on Saturday night in Las Vegas, defeating Mike Perry. This victory might have put an end to much of the skepticism surrounding him, as doubts about the caliber of his opponents have persisted since he started his boxing path. Despite initial expectations that Paul would end up on the ground, questions still remain about Mike Perry's boxing experience and the size difference between the two, clearly driven by envy. He has consistently troubled his detractors over the years, with ambitions soaring higher than Everest. This Ohio native, from YouTuber to boxer, he appears to be receiving backing from unexpected sources. Even from the upper ranks of modern boxing, Terrence Crawford acknowledged that he watched the event, despite having a busy schedule. "Yes, I did watch the event," he responded when Ariel Helvani of MMA Hour questioned him about it. He also praised Paul's boxing prowess and stated that except for a few minor problems like increasing his stamina, he has been admirably improving his game. In the end, the man has evolved from your average YouTuber. He now puts in a lot of training time. Crawford is only a few days away from making his light middleweight debut against Israel Madoff at ___ Stadium in Los Angeles, anxious to make a mark in his third weight class. He aspires not only to push his own boundaries, but also has his sights set on an even bigger future challenge. Canelo Alvarez discussed Paul's future ambitions, which could include a championship bout or a move to the cruiserweight division. He stated, "I wouldn't want to see Mike go in the ring and get hurt in a fight. Recent medical issues have complicated matters. He has contributed so much to the sport that I would not feel comfortable at all." Crawford complimented Paul's strong right hand, but underlined that Paul is developing his career from the ground up. just like any other boxing prospect. He also pointed out that many well-known figures frequently desire to associate themselves with Paul's name for publicity and financial gain. Crawford said Jake is still in the learning process, so he's taking his time. That's what he should do. Take his time, keep getting better, keep learning new skills in the ring, and get more experience. These years are critical for Jake as he embraces his skills and develops his boxing tactics. It's just a matter of time before we see if he will achieve success or face failures. Nate Diaz is one of the rare handful who have encountered Jake Paul up close in a boxing ring. Diaz has continually pushed for a rematch, potentially in the octagon, but Paul has adjusted his emphasis and has subsequently won 3 more knockout victories over Andre August, Ryan Borland, and Mike Perry. The former YouTuber was recently informed by WBA President Gilberto Mendoza that he might be in position for a genuine championship opportunity against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. In a conversation with Inside Fighting, Diaz was asked about his prediction for the upcoming bout between Paul and Mike Tyson, the former youngest heavyweight champion. Diaz initially quipped that he wasn't really invested in the outcome. He said, "I don't." Despite Tyson's long history of health concerns and his occasional use of a walking stick due to sciatica, Diaz eventually linked himself with the acclaimed veteran heavyweight legend, predicting the winner of the match. Mike Tyson, as well as former UFC champion Tyron Woodley, see a strong chance for Tyson, which increases Woodley's belief in Tyson's talent, having shared the ring with Paul more extensively than many others. Woodley's perspective carries weight. He sees Tyson's renowned ability as a significant factor. How can a 58-year-old stand up to a 27-year-old? Woodley emphasizes that Tyson's extensive expertise and intense training are vital in making this fight more than just entertainment. Woodley feels Tyson's fighting skills and entrenched muscle memory make him a significant threat. Will Paul be able to deal with such a renowned boxer? Tyson's age can be deceptive. Tyron Woodley provides a distinctive insight on Jake Paul's upcoming match with Mike Tyson. Having shared the ring with Paul extensively, Woodley believes Tyson remains a difficult opponent. Woodley stated, "I am a fan of the fight. Mike Tyson is 60. But are you attempting to view Mike Tyson so he still has the same fear in your heart as he had a long time ago?" Woodley argues that Tyson's peekaboo approach honed under Cato is still effective. Woodley stated that he was a trained machine of his specific body type, height, and power. They effectively developed a technique that did not exist prior to him. Tyson's ability to slip punches and execute strong hooks could be a game changer versus Paul. Woodley said, "If Tyson has a flashback of a moment of a past fight, and he does that ___ to Jake, it's a wrap." Woodley acknowledges that Paul has youth on his side, saying the age is the only reason Paul even has a chance. But he insists Tyson's experience and muscle memory shouldn't be underestimated. Mike Tyson did not forget that Woodley stressed Jake Paul's latest fight against Mike Perry demonstrated his fearsome strength and relentless aggression. Perry struggled to protect himself, as Paul's relentless attack progressively took its toll by the 6th round. Paul's intense series of strikes secured the fight's outcome following Paul's win against Perry. He's now setting his sights on Tyson. The upcoming encounter has sparked substantial enthusiasm, with Woodley's opinion stressing the potential for a gripping and unpredictable clash. Fans are eager to see if Paul can stand up to Tyson's famous prowess and strength. Jake Paul continuously pressured Mike Perry, testing his capacity to resist punches early in the 1st round. In the 2nd round, Paul unleashed a good punch that sent Perry flying to the canvas. Paul had Perry on the ground once more, showcasing his determination in the 6th round. Paul unleashed a flurry of devastating strikes, eventually sending Perry down again and leading the referee to halt the fight, as Perry appeared unstable on his feet after the battle. Paul acknowledged Perry by tweeting, "Mike, Perry's heart is apparent, and he's a combat legend. But I respect him for recognizing my skills and handling the loss with class." Paul also commended Perry's potential in combat sports. In response, Perry expressed surprise at Paul's unfavorable image and emphasized their sold-out arena as evidence that they were among the top fighters in the field after his victory over Perry. Paul made it clear that he was looking for other opportunities by challenging the current UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira. But this potential bout appears highly unlikely due to Paul's contractual commitments with the UFC and Dana White's reluctance to facilitate cross-promotional events. combined with his apparent dislike for Paul, if the 58-year-old Tyson is unable to fight later this year. Darren Till, a fighter known for his successes in mixed martial arts, has offered to take his position. Englishman Till wrote in a message uploaded on social media, "Breer is under contract, and Mike Tyson is not in good shape. I am the same size and weight as Tyson, and they got that Perry to take over instead of me. I'm here, and I'm going to say nothing else. I'll wait for the call," until later commented on the situation to Submission Radio. He stated, "I didn't even see the fight, but from the clips I've seen it was horrible. It was simply low-level punching. Jake, to be honest, Paul was gassed after the first round, and I have no idea what Mike was doing in there. I am genuinely rather flabbergasted. Jake was dreadful, as was Mike." In the meantime, Zhilei Zhang isn't opposed to the thought of sharing the boxing ring with Jake Paul. The Chinese sensation holds the 4th spot in the world heavyweight rankings according to Ring magazine, but he's open to facing Paul in a lucrative bout even if it means stepping down in competition. When asked if he would box Paul, he said, "I would try it, why not? If the opportunity presents itself, then I look at Jake Paul from this perspective. I believe he came out of the influencer background as a fighter, but since he started boxing, he has become committed and trains with all the blood, sweat, and tears he's been through with the change." Since moving to professional boxing in 2018, the YouTube sensation has amassed a 10-1 record, despite the fact that the majority of those wins have come against senior MMA combatants. Paul says his biggest ambition in the sport is to win the world championship.